Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results.
So stressful when the world's on fire. Good God. I can't look at this, guys. Like, my strategy is you buy it and you hope that you got a good spot. Yeah, but we all think you're crazy. You don't fight this. No way. The markets are freaking out and you don't think that anything is wrong? Come back tomorrow and I'll lose it all. Should be fun. Hold on. Is it 24th? Oh, I want to buy this so bad. Hold on. You don't want to go? I think you want to go. Come on. Go. Only 18 into it. Okay, well, I'll put one in there. We'll see. They might go and stop it out. All right, like as soon as I take one, that it goes a little bit. Let's see. Okay. Oh, I didn't even have it over here. Okay, so let's come over to the charts really quickly. I just want to get into it. Man. Okay, yesterday, real bender of a down day, beat the weekly lows. Overnight, extended a little bit, but it's chopping around down here. It looks to me like they're building up inventory. I come over here and I look at this. They're just stopping them out over and over again, but they're doing some kind of interesting behavior. You can see right there the stop out, back to the seller's basis. Probably they're going to pop back up here. Could have a little bit of a breather. I think that they still need to come back to the 55 area. So that will be my upside target if they're going to do this. Yeah. Anyways, back over here, treasuries didn't really move. Like, they were actually selling during a lot of that, and then they didn't. Whatever. Flattening a little bit. Oil also not really going anywhere. They had like some pretty massive builds on the numbers, and they went up, and then it just spit out so quickly. Really surprising. Okay. Gold over here, gold just ugly. And copper also. So remember, we were saying copper is kind of like, we're watching that really closely, and that doesn't look good. They still got a ways to go before it's like, oh no, what's happening? But at the moment, copper doesn't look good. Dollar index higher again. I don't know, 94.4. We need to have a pullback or what, but remember when 6E was supposed to be 1.2? Good times. Also, we get jobless claims, weekly earnings, new home sales. Chairman Powell speaking again today. Kansas Fed Manufacturing Index. Let's see, what's Wednesday? What you shopping for? Are we going windows shopping? No. I wanted to buy the S&P 500. That's what I wanted. I didn't realize that you couldn't see the screen. So I've been seeing this. Oh, you know what? Also, are the robots on? Oh, it didn't like market depth bot? Okay. I've been seeing this crazy, like when it's bending down, we get these pretty crazy bids showing up below, and it just goes and goes and goes. But the thing is I'm been having a hard time seeing how they're doing it. I think that we need to come over here. I think I'm going to get rid of the NQ for a bit. And we're just going to expand this is what I'm going to do. See if we add the the snapshot columns. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Well, that worked, but what the fuck? It won't let me move the bid snapshot column. Let's try doing it this way. Okay. 100. Momentum tails. Smart Q font. No order column. Oh, no alert column either, huh? Okay. Well, we'll see if that lets us see what we want to see or not. I'm gonna have to turn this on. Well, I hope you're happy. You're gonna get the okay, slightly higher than expected. Continuing claims 12, spot 58 higher than 12, spot 3. Initial claims 870 versus an expected 840. So worse than expected, but not really by much. Nine. Okay. Oh, no. Hate it when that happens. Hello, troubleshooters. Let's see here what I've been doing wrong here. Right there. Okay.
Michael Josman says market doesn't like the news.
Nope. As they
Winston's
shouldn't.
mom says hello. Troubleshooters, the morning is just beginning and so is speculator Seth. How goes your trades today?
What the hell is this shit? Jigsaw being weird lately. So they don't like the news, but the problem is that they're already super short.
Michael Josman says I like that jigsaw.
Right. Man, I tell you, I'm a really big fan of it, but, you know, every once in a while. Every software platform has problems, guys. Every single freaking one. That's really all there is to it. So the problem that we're talking about is that the inside columns, the current trades columns, isn't scaling with the font size correctly for some reason. See, even if I change it to like a 7, it makes it big. Maybe it has to do with momentum tails. There we go. Okay, that fixed that. So they're probably I'm not taking this too seriously. I'm not so sure this is a thing that I can really reliably trade, but my rule is going to be I'm going to be willing to take up to 15 contracts. I really want to let 5 run. And here with them coming to these lows, this is where I want it. I could have waited. Yeah, was that bold? So that fixes that. Now for the snapshot style, I want the snapshot depth to be really big too. Okay. What's the difference between delta and original? Well, let's set a filter on it by like 5s or something like that. Sure. We might have to adjust it as we go, but for those of you that missed it, I've been seeing this thing where when they push down, and I'm seeing it at the moment too, by the way, seeing it at the moment, where the bids are just insane, and I'm not seeing how it's being created. I can see at the moment that there's a big bid at
Troubleshooter says the more you
3205.
take, the more you leave behind. What are they?
I'm already forgot what I said. Anyways, like there's some sort of
Winston's
cell
mom says new
program.
member. Welcome, Winston's mom.
Oh my gosh, Winston, thank you so much. Look at that. She's got the little icon now. Ooh, and you can use the best icons. The best icons. Let's do it. You do it with me. Here, I'll use it. I'll use it. And you can use it. There you go. It's the best icon. You can use it in the Discord too. They've been going crazy with it in the Discord.
Speculator Sept Day Trading says _SPS panic.
Give me more. Okay, so there's a biggie there. But that's the thing is like, okay, he did it. Now there's all these ones down here. Okay, there's 3,200. I'm not actually seeing the ads. Do you see the bids getting added though? How low can she go? So again, I'm willing to put up to 10 to 15 contracts on here, and I don't want to lose more than 500 to 1,000.
Troubleshooter says the thumbnail on your videos is cool. Troubleshooter says our asterisk. Michael Josman says it's dropping hard.
It is certainly dropping hard. So, back to, they don't like the news. Like I said, 870 versus 840 isn't like a huge deal. I guess one problem is that it's higher than the previous one. But it's not like the end of the world. And like I said, they're all kind of part of the problem is that they're already like they're going to run out of orders here. But there's obviously some people that still want to sell, and I think that probably what is more likely the case is like you wait for the news and then you have the excuse to sell it, right? Was the E-mini also
Kevin
bearish
Wimmer
before
says was the
last
E-mini
election?
also bearish before the last election? I mean like the last 4 to 6 weeks before.
No, it was not. Okay. My robot is taking traits, by the way. So do you see where it's getting at? It's like the depth is really big on the underside, and then it starts moving up, and it just like gets pulled out from him. But it also got screwed over a lot. Like it did really, really well at the beginning of the session yesterday, and then got destroyed later. Where did Ace take one? Oh, Ace took a short. Okay, cool.
Kevin Wimmer says your robo is on sim or is it live trading?
It's sim trading. It's on sim. And I don't expect it to actually be profitable, to be honest with you. This depth bot especially is a really simplistic setup.
Winston's mom says, Clip Kevin Wimmer asked if the Amini was bearish before the last election, approximately 4 to 6 weeks before. We'll go Googling history. Kevin Wimmer says why create a robo then lol.
Well, I just want to confirm that it trades it the way that I'm asking it to. And then we watch it for a little bit and see if we can make some improvements. It seems to me that one of the things I need to do is somehow filter out these big orders, because these seem to be the thing that really messes it up. Oh, so you can see it went long again and it got stopped out that time. Another thing is that it needs to be modified for right now it's only taking 8 ticks. And what'll happen is it'll take 8 ticks and then the condition still exists, so it gets right back in. We can change that.
Kevin Wimmer says just out of curiosity, do you know the trader inside the candle? Found his videos on YouTube and he had a pretty interesting take on momentum. Couldn't replicate it on Sierra chart though.
I haven't heard of that. Well, this could be wrong. Like I was saying, if I was trying to trade it more seriously, I don't think that I would fade it like that necessarily.
Kevin Wimmer says he trades like an 8-range chart and uses levels from his indicators, like pressure zone, yellow zone and so on, and his entry are based on delta plus cut, not the report on Friday. Am I allowed to link?
Oh, are you? Yeah, you are. I mean, I can take a look at it, but that already kind of makes me skeptical,
to be honest.
Kevin Wimmer says not a vendor, by the way. His video are free.
I'll take it here, and I'll watch it later. But I can show you if maybe we can recreate it. It looks like he's trading crude, which is a slightly different game anyways. Sure. Oh, and he uses those COTs, doesn't he? Yeah.
Kevin Wimmer says found it interesting but wasn't able to replicate the zones and gave up on it. But yeah, interesting scalping technique.
It sounds like from your description that he's waiting for the COT to show the imbalance and then tries to scalp the momentum on the way back up on the pullbacks, huh? Huh. That's what it sounds like.
Winston's mom says investing. Al Brooks says, the Amini should fall below 3,200, but it might first test 3,500. There is an FOMC announcement today at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Winston's mom says, ahead of the meeting, today will be a normal day. Traders will treat the report as a restart to the day. Still looking for Amini reports on elections 6 weeks out. Kevin Wimmer says, yeah, this is one of his setups I saw, but it needs to be at a specific zone. Like not in the middle of nowhere.
Gotcha. Don't tell me about Al. I'm not a fan. Well, like look at what my robot does. Do you see that? It can see the imbalance pressure, and when it starts moving against it, it buys it, and it catches it pretty quickly, you can see.
Winston's mom says Brooks also said, day traders should exit positions ahead of the announcement. There is typically both a sharp move up and down within the first few minutes of the report.
Bot says where is that strategy taking profits? How many ticks?
8.
Winston's mom says day traders should wait at least 10 minutes before resuming their trading to avoid that early whipsaw. Investor today Al Brooks.
Listen, Al Brooks is a charlatan. No offense. I shouldn't say that. Go and read it's not really Al Brooks. He seems like a well-intentioned guy, but I'm really not a fan of price action in general, because price action becomes a bunch of really vague principles to trade by that really allow you to do whatever you want. And the whole thing about support and resistance and stuff, it's like, well, it depends on where you consider support and resistance to be, right? And it's kind of a mess like that. So there's two big price action guys out there, and it's really, really popular, but like that alone should kind of tell you that it might not be as effective as you'd think. Now, what Kevin's talking about is not bad. I think the thing that I keep coming back to in my mind, at least, is when I look at my cost basis indicator. I can very clearly see where the people's positions are and how the market maker moves it. So this move down is really an exception. Of course, it can always go when new people enter into the market, right? And if everybody wants to go short, then hey. But here again, there's kind of the reason why I'm trying to build a position long is because I think that they only have so many people out there to go short, and they're going to have to cover before the open, probably. Now the other one, so going back to talking about the robot strategies, I have two. Actually, I have three going, right? Because John was asking. So one of them is that outside bar reversal one, but that hasn't given me any, hasn't actually taken any. So I only started running these yesterday. The level 2 robot, okay, now that one Ace took a long. I don't think that should be a long. In fact, it should be a short or no trade at all, because it hasn't, the 5 minutes not up enough. So we'll see if he gets lucky, but I actually expect that trade to fail. And the depth bot took one as well long. It hasn't gotten stopped out yet, but so I need to fix it. I need to fix my filters, my trigger, so that the trigger is not bidirectional. If it's an extension over this way, I only want it to go short and vice versa. We'll see if that improves it. So when I was back testing it before, I was actually getting 1.5. So it wasn't bad. It was workable. And I found out some things that really helped its effectiveness. The Ace one. Oh, look at that. They might both actually get it. Well, all three of us might actually get it. No? Oh, come on. Just a little bit more. It was like 2 ticks short. Anyways, I wanted to mess with the level 2 robots. One, to see if I could make one that actually is effective. But two, to just kind of test some ideas about how the level 2 in the E-mini works. So the guy that kind of gave us the ideas to build the cost basis inventory indicator talked a lot about level 2 and about using minimum on the level 2 and everything else like that. And I'm not using minimum at the moment, I don't think. But I have another chart here that's showing both of them to me so I can compare them. And it doesn't look like it's making a difference. So I'm still sitting here like, how's he doing that? There must be missing something, because the level 2 doesn't seem to be telling me at all anything. Well, like at the moment it's telling based on, oh no, I take that back. Really, if we were to flip, we'd want to see it start coming out long, but
Winston's mom says 20 watching now at 2 ticks short. Will everyone please take a 2 tick second to not short the speculator Seth and hit the like button for level 2.
So if I had switched it around, it would be taking these shorts down in here and trying to get them. But probably shouldn't do it below the stop out zone. That's the kind of the thing, is like you want to let it get below to the stop out zone and then look for the level 2 to flip. And it hasn't done it yet. So we'd be looking for, like, if 3201 canceled or something like that, that would probably do it. When you were saying the Fed's announcement today, I was like, that was last week. Oh my gosh, Joy Reid, genuine question. What will be the relationship between the majority of Americans and Trumpists after this long national nightmare ends? And it will eventually end. Do people anticipate simply letting bygones be bygones with people who joined the Trump personality cult? Wrong, Joy. It will never end. They'll just switch the hysteria to somebody else. Whoever
Winston's mom
the
says
next
Top Gun Danger Zone music video.
Whoever the next Republican nominee is, whether it's Pence or somebody else, they will demonize in the same way from here on out. Even if it's like a completely different situation and unjustified. Because the Democrats have had like way too much success with it. Okay, well, they're both still long. So it's really gone quiet here. That overall, given the situation, that makes me think that we are going to have a move back up to where the news was, and I think that we could still get to 32.55 today. But in such a situation, there's always a chance that they're going to do some funky business with you. Okay, so look, so that's exactly the situation that I'm talking about right there, right? It got to its price target, and the situation still exists, so it went long again. And I think in a situation like that I need to implement some triggers and stuff. Like, maybe it shouldn't be able to trigger again until the level 2 is balanced back out. And what else?
Sunday Driver says the US dollar is getting high.
And we could put in some ATR targets instead. The US dollar is getting high. Well, 94.41. Let's look at a bigger chart of that. It's had an amazing run, and I really have no clue where it could go to. Let's bring it over here, and I'll just add a symbol.
Sunday Driver says who saw this coming?
That what? The dollar was going to rise? Okay. So they're not really anywhere near any kind of real technical level. I don't really see like significant quote unquote resistance until 96. But I don't know if that really matters, right? It's all going to be down to the flow, right? I think at the moment, with the risks of a second wave in Europe and the political volatility. So just I'll give you a good example here. Something that happened yesterday that I didn't expect. They had it just keeps going along. That's so retarded. Ace has done pretty good so far, though. So Donald Trump had a press conference yesterday, and they asked him, like, will you peacefully cede power if you lose the election or whatever? And he kind of ignored the question. Because it's a gotcha question, right? If he says, well, I will, then the news story is Donald Trump says he will leave office when he loses. Right? That's that's the headline that they're trying to post. He was straight up said, and I think that this is just the talking point. The talking point right now is we have to confirm a new Supreme Court justice so that we can't get a split court in case of a Supreme Court level a challenge to the election, right? That's the thing. So he said that in the press conference, and the market cared. Like, the market reacted to it. So, and not only that, but like, you're seeing that VIX. Remember saying that like the VIX is too low and this and that. for November, and it started to price that in now correctly. So when you're looking at the dollar, if the dollar is once again the safe haven, then I don't really see any reason that the rise can't continue going into the election, you know? It would just be like a day-to-day thing. Bum, bum, bum. So it's
Sunday
hard for me
Driver
to
says, I
say.
think we might have to consider that a president won't be decided because of mail-in ballot confusion.
Maybe. I'm also starting to come around to the opinion that I don't think that is going to matter nearly as much as we're all making it out to be. Because Donald Trump has effectively, and I think rightfully so, completely destroyed confidence in mail-in voting. There really was quite ridiculous what they were trying to do with mail-in voting, because the states that were trying to do it really just don't have the infrastructure to do it. And there's a lot of problems with the way that they were doing it, right? And so now everybody realizes what a problem it is, and they're all going to go and vote on election day. Probably it'll still be a higher number of mail-in ballots than it normally would be, but I'm not so sure that it's going to be such a high percentage of it that, you know. But we'll see. It could be a situation where 2 or 3% is still important, right? And that's where we have a problem. That makes sense. Okay, so finally stopped out. I'm thinking I want to turn him off and make a modification.
Salim L. Wuthering says the second wave is legit.
Yeah. Now, the second wave in Europe, I don't know. Because you look at the second wave in the US, it was pretty bad, right? And I'm concerned that Europe, it's going to be doing it in colder weather and all that.
Salim L. Wuthering says 2 of my dad's friends are dead.
Sunday Driver says,
Yep.
I've read that more than half Democrats will mail in ballots.
No, I don't think so. That might have been the case like a month ago, but now, probably not. Okay, so if I'm flat, oh, I can see I do have a, oh no, that's not right. It's between 100 and negative 100. Oh, I'm not considering the armed in there. That's why. Okay, so that was a little bit better of a bounce, huh? There. We gotta leave that. Okay. Now let's turn the depth bot on again. Okay, so it takes along immediately, which is okay. See, it probably would have tried taking that long again, but
Salim L. Wuthering says, what do you think about the and Jade and Will Smith situation?
I haven't heard a thing about that, actually. Okay, so the depth one took one, and then Ace took one. Ace was a little late there. Oh, it does look like he's waiting until the bar, that's okay. I still have some modifications to make to Ace so that he takes it right at the line. I think he'll still make it. That's Ace 2. Robot Ace 2 is pretty good. I haven't heard anything about Jaden Will. Do I need to go and research it now or something? They split. Well, guess what? I really think that Will Smith has been kind of going a little crazy. I tell you, something that happens to people, and I can see it even. Well, I don't think that I've ever done anything like hyper crazy or anything, but I kind of feel the temptation. It is like when you've been successful and you have a lot, you're doing well. You really get into this mindset of like ignore what anybody else says. And so you don't really have a check on yourself anymore. And I think that that's been very much the case with Will Smith. Hmm. Oh, man. I was just, I was always having a conversation with John, and it reminded me of something that happened to me a while ago that I was just thinking about it. All of a sudden, I was like, no, I don't think I should think about that right now. It wasn't a happy thing. Come on. Just a few more ticks. Ace deserves it. Come on. Okay. By the way, the depth long thing worked that time, right? He took it and it didn't reload. So I think we're good.
Winston's mom says, half of the American people have never read a newspaper. Half never voted for president. One hopes it is the same half. Gore Vidal.
Is that really true that only half of Americans have read a newspaper? Not sure I believe you. Fed's Kaplan, Q3 US GDP to expand 30% annualized. Q4 is strong to seeing a 7.5% jobless rate at year end. And that's good, I guess. Hmm. Hmm.
Bot says I heard only half of Americans are able to read a newspaper rolling on the floor laughing.
Yeah, that was what he said. No, have read a
Salim
newspaper.
L. Wuthering says Smith's wife just cheated on him with a 20-year-old and straight said to his face that she still loves the other guy while the 20-year-old just blocked her number ever after that one-night stand.
Oh, that's so sad. Yeah. It's when you buy your own hype. I think on Monday I was a little bit buying my own hype because before that, last Friday I was like, that was like the best I'd ever been. Honestly. Or like that was the most up on myself that I had ever been. And then Monday came along and I just straight blew it. It was so embarrassing and dumb. Like I know what I need to do. I don't know why I don't do it. But I think that I know how to fix this next time around. So we'll just fix it and it'll be okay. It was not a lot or anything like that. We can just write it off on our taxes. It'll be fine.
Sunday Driver says I bet Will Smith is now on board with repealing the 19th.
Ooh, did he just take it short now? Huh? What happened there? Oh. Now that's interesting. I didn't think that Ace would take it at that point. It might be because the ATR is decreased so much. Like, because it tried to reverse and go the other way. It tried to reverse, go the other way, and then got stopped out. Even though it's like not really. We're like in a 4-tick range or something. Like, you're peeling the 19th. Oh, jeez. Stop it. ECB's lean ample stimulus is still needed to return to the inflation goal. Oh my gosh.
Sebastian Marquez says SP500, buy puts 4K in 3,120.
120? Okay. I mean, I see further downside in this at some point. At the moment, I think that they need to come back quite a bit here. So we'll see. Oh, so here's somebody, Nate Silver, talking about just what we were talking about. It's possible the political operatives are wrong. It's happened before, but it's notable to me that people who try to win elections
Salim L. Wuthering says at
for a
Sunday
living are
Driver Smith is a
encouraging mail
lunatic.
voting.
If I was him,
Well,
I would
pundits
marry younger
increasingly
version of
say
his wife
that's
every
a
4
mistake,
years.
and they should urge in person. And then Nate Silver responds to Josh Barrow here, saying, another question is whether Democrats recommend that their voters vote by mail. You've started to see pundits recommend against it because of Trump, but political operatives in both parties usually encourage it as it tends to boost turnout. Not only does it tend to boost turnout, but it gives them more information earlier and it allows them to make decisions better. That's a lot of why they like it. And that it makes the it makes the job of the political consultants more important You gotta understand this drive behind mail-in voting, man. It's because I think it's a little bit messed up, right? Because really, what's going on is that there's okay, here are the things that we can do to encourage mail-in voting, and then we can look at the mail-in voting ahead of time, and we can make these strategic decisions based on the data. So the political consultants are pushing it because they make it makes their business way better. Like they're like twice as important as they were before, and they make serious bank with it. Hmm. Oh, so I guess Ace was doing good there until that last two, and now it's back. I think for Ace he needs a better filter. 2.6 apparently isn't enough. Bloomberg reports YouTube will treat videos about mail-in voting the same as footage on climate change or 9/11, its latest attempt to mitigate misinformation. And Bloomberg has an article about disease spreading ticks keep marching north as weather stays warmer. Oh, that's not good. We already have those in Utah, so whatever. Sorry, New York. Don't go out into the brushes. Hmm. Well, I was kind of looking for this to pull back way earlier than the open because I think that all you know, there's going to be a lot of retail traders just looking to sell it on the open, huh? Well, but I lost track of my little control thing here. Who do we blame for 3,200? Oh yeah, because like they came down there and they tagged it. It's kind of funny.
Troubleshooters
Okay.
says a lovely conversation I just missed.
I'm sorry. Well, you can watch it on replay. case this thing went
Salim
wrong
L.
again.
Wuthering says in my country suburbs, we still have women you can buy for a carton of milk and some tea. I wanted to
What?
move to the US now. I want to move to my country's suburbs.
In the suburb? You can buy for a carton of milk? What the? Oh boy. Oh yeah, another thing important to know. It sounds like
Troubleshooters says tears of joy.
that the Senate is going to fast track the Supreme Court confirmation of Barrett. So yeah, that's interesting. Oh hey, if I switch this over to this one, does it show me? It doesn't. It's long, but NinjaTrader doesn't reflect it. Goldman gives up on new stimulus in 2020, cuts quarter four GDP forecast from 6% to 3%. Okay, cool. So everybody's making money at the moment. Everybody meaning me and both of my robots. Of my third robot that's just been slacking. You're slacking outside bar. Rosengren says we're a long way away from reaching 2% inflation target and not going to raise rates for several years. ... Yeah. You know, it could be fun right here as if
Salim L.
Donald Trump
Wuthering
started
says, what do
tweeting.
you think about Technologica Singularity?
Never heard of him. Never heard of him. Well, maybe shouldn't have taken my trade off, but they're watching me. Somebody's selling my order flow, even though it's a sim order. That or they're just watching the stream. I don't know. I feel like I'm being sniped. Probably not. This is probably just the covering here ahead of the open. Okay.
Salim L. Wuthering says that's when your robots will outperform you and outsmart you.
Well,
Troubleshooters
just
says I was just
remember,
thinking of that.
just remember that the robots are pretty stupid. My robots are pretty
Salim
stupid.
L. Wuthering says I mean control your food. Salim L. Wuthering says and everything.
I don't understand what you're saying, but okay. Man, my nose itches like crazy for whatever reason. That baby is awake.
Troubleshooters says I robot. Troubleshooters says that's what he meant.
Wait, he's a robot? What?
Top Tick Tom says disgusting. Top Tick Tom says dude use a towel for
Well,
your nose.
I'm not like picking it. I'm just rubbing it underside here. It itches. I don't get what the deal is. I'm so ADHD. It's really hard not to. If I was actually gonna blow or pick it, I would turn the camera off. It's okay to
Top
scratch
Tick
it,
Tom
right?
says ha 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 ha.
Is it not? Is it not polite to scratch it on? I don't get it.
Bot says a 50% retrace of the overnight high to low in the ES would test 3,219.25.
Top Tick Tom says are you digging for oil? Back quote.
Nope. Yeah, 3219 seems a little conservative.
Troubleshooters says lol.
Seems a little conservative. Hmm.
Salim L. Wuthering says Seth just rub your nose at what a man does.
That's what a man does.
Top Tick Tom says nice stream, enjoy your profits.
Yeah. The day's not
L.
over.
Wuthering says only women use towels.
Towels.
Bot says 3,218 is 50% retrace of the 6:55 Eastern Time high to overnight low.
Yeah, I got you. I'm really interested in 3255. Like, I think if we move up, that's where we're gonna go to. Yeah. Should have held it. It's okay. We could YOLO for the open here. I'll do one contract for the open. But I'm bet you that they're gonna sell it first. Oh, you know what? We need to do this interval should be more like 30. Okay. Oh, and we need
Troubleshooters says I cannot see Yoda. Where is he?
oh, he's there. He's just a little. He hiding. Okay, so the delta is short, but the price action is long. Whoa, I'll take another one, please.
Troubleshooters says the force is now with me, fire.
I'm okay. Anything below 17, actually. Oh, fine. Make me chase.
Salim L. Wuthering says up. Salim L. Wuthering says nice trade, Seth.
It's not over yet.
Salim L. Wuthering says keep it.
So if we were to come back to here, do you see him? He has it, yeah. Okay. Okay.
Salim L. Wuthering says now down. Salim L. Wuthering says NQ. Michael Josman says S at critical supports.
Yeah.
Bots says nice call on the 3,219 and a quarter there, bots.
Michael
Well,
Josman says might be ready for a bounce.
So I did say it was a little conservative. Although it kind of bounced there. That surprises me. Okay.
Salim L. Wuthering says you out.
Nah, I'm just gonna hold and see what happens. Kind of testing some theory, and part of it here is I can't really, yeah, like if it goes down, then I think that I'm just supposed to puke in reverse, right? Okay. Well, maybe they'll go bust that overnight low then, I guess. Hmm. So taking 11 there didn't really work, did it? That's okay.
Salim L. Wuthering says the flow is weak. I don't think traders can trade this.
So I'm just noticing, like, when I'm looking at the stacking and everything here, changes so quickly. Is there no way to change the... Well, seems to me like this experiment that I'm doing here with the snapshot. Oh, well, hold on. Maybe there's some settings in here. Ask snapshot. No, there's not. Okay, so somebody just added some bits. So this is exactly where I'm talking about. It's like it's changed, but I can't see it per se. It's just overall there's a lot more bid.
Salim L. Wuthering says going down.
Yeah. Might have to. Well, it kind of looks like they want to tag 3200 again. I'm surprised that that first move was really a buy. Okay, so there it is.
Salim L. Wuthering says boom.
I think my robot will take one in here. They might.
Salim L. Wuthering says buyers in.
The Fitch ratings true unemployment effects on U.S. states are masked by workforce exits. By the way, if the Department of Labor hadn't changed the seasonal adjustment, initial jobless claims would be stalled out at more than 1 million per week. No improvement since early August. Yeah, this is where I should be building my position. Like they're gonna puke here.
Bot says have a great day all.
Later, John. Oh, they're trading a fair amount there at 3,200. No. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, so there was a depth long one. I'm surprised that Ace isn't taking it yet. He may just need to be at the end of the bar. 3, 2, 1, 0. No. Okay, whatever. Some size coming in here. Yes, sir. Well, okay. That's a little too tight here, actually. 3206. Okay, that's a little better. Guess not.
Salim L. Wuthering says up.
Well, I was able to get my average position down a little bit, right? It took some losses to do it, so.
Uzi Knesset says I dunno about you but I'm super thankful for these directional calls 40 ticks after they've started lol. Salim L. Wuthering says up.
Right? Thank you, Uzi. I'm just not gonna say anything. I'm trying to be nice. Listen. It's okay. He's new. He's figuring it out. He sounds young. At some point, he'll realize that we all suck at this. And he might say things a little differently. I don't know. Nikola tumbles further in the market. Yay. Can I just say, yay.
Uzi Knesset says tongue out. Uzi Knesset says I'm just dicking around lol.
Okay. Okay, so you see, I can do this if I had $1 million. That's good. Giddy up time. How much excursion though? It was like almost
Salim L.
1,000,
Wuthering
right?
says stop.
So, okay, okay. Well, I think I stayed to my risk parameters generally speaking, but I'm gonna have to really let this run now.
Salim L. Wuthering says down.
Anyways, I wouldn't bother posting your positions or your thinking about which direction it's going here in chat. Here in YouTube. I would keep it only to things we want to discuss, right? Okay, so was that the open price? Really?
Salim L.
Okay.
Wuthering says okay, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. We still love you, Salim. We still love you, Salim. Okay. Well, that move was pretty good, but we're going to
RJ
have to
Wheels
get above
says lol
35
Uzi.
here. We're going to have to get above 35 here. Okay.
$133 says I'm still holding the bag on 3 micros from yesterday's mid-range area.
What? Really? They're like above 55. Then, right? Dude. I don't know what to tell you. Your swing trading and any advice that I give you would probably not be applicable to swing trading, but in my mind, that's too long.
$133 says middle range yesterday of Dow.
Look at that delta. Leader McConnell, the winner of the November 30 election will be inaugurated on January 20th. There will be an orderly transition just as there has been every 4 years since 1792. Sure. That's the way that Donald Trump should answer it. When they ask him, he should say,
Uzi Knesset
well,
says
on January
Emperor
20th,
Palpatine
there will
speaks
be an
lol.
inauguration. And in the meantime, we're going to fight as hard as we can. That's what he should say. The algos jumped all over that negative 10% headline. Which one was that? Was it the ECB talking? Oh, S&P enters correction down 10% from highs. I see. Maybe.
RJ Wheels says he did. He said yesterday no transfer. A continuation.
Yeah, he did say a continuation. The media loves to play that one because, I mean, he's never done it the other way. He's never said it the other way. So
block sell.
So let's take some off at 1,000, and we might be able to build up a little bit lower. I don't know. I feel like he could do it a little bit better. But I understand it's a gotcha question and all that. I just liked the way that Leader McConnell tweeted it there.
133 USD says today's daily candle will be engulfing green. Just watch.
Oh, you think so? I can see that. Well, man, if it was an engulfing green candle,
RJ Wheel says Dems and the media fall for this.
No.
Trump would rather they scream we LL have to carry him out than talk about COVID.
If you end up being right, then you deserve real kudos, because I think that's extremely unlikely.
133 USD says grin.
That would be so difficult. I think that they could come back up into, well, I would like to see 55 revisited. That's kind of what I'm going for right here.
133 USD says just to frustrate us, you know.
Yeah, but I could see 70. I could see 70. Well, the thing is it's not, like, if you come over here into the charts, okay, when you start to get these really
Anthony
big
K
days.
says hi guys.
Hey Anthony, how are you? So like this stuff right here. Right. Seeing a lot of really big range days usually means that we're pretty close to a reversal. I actually remember telling you guys down here, well, we're going to reverse, but probably it's going to be like, it's probably going to continue up here. I thought it was going to be more like that. But whatever. I was a little late. So we're not getting as big of bars as we did we? But if it starts doing that and this ends up being an engulfing candle, then you could get something like this. You know? And then it would be like, oh, okay. Now I want to see that extreme volatility, right? That's just kind of the way that things work in the buy the dip environment. And that's when you want to go in with your, when you want to buy the stocks, buy your longer term stuff. But scalping, man, like, you can make a lot of money doing that stuff. And some people here, but it's hard. And there's a little bit of luck involved in that one, man. And every time that I try, I blow up doing it. Patrick Rooney quoting Paul Tudor Jones, fundamentals might be good for the first third or 50% or 60% of a move, but the last third of a great bull market is typically a blow-off where the mania runs wild and prices go parabolic. Isn't that always the case, though? It's the same here on this, right? Even on a short-term basis. All of this was mania. Look, they come out. They're going to wash these guys out. Then they're going to wash these guys out. And then they're probably going to wash these guys out right to here. There might be a little bit more drama before then. Yeah, like we might do this. Or maybe it's really just that bad. I don't know. Who knows? Cover all my bases. I think it's going to go up. Cover all my bases, but I think it's going to go up eventually.
Top Tick Tom says nice lines.
Just as I'm doing that, it's kind of a 5-minute bark turning down. Trading floor audio tweets junk bond jitters may signal the start of a stock market capitulation. MW analysts often view ructions in high yield or
Top
junk
Tick
bond
Tom
market
says
as
you
canary
use
in the coal mine,
TPO volume profile.
or early warning to when investors might start taking flight from riskier assets. Okay. Do I use TPO? Not really. I do use the volume profiles, but I only watch them so much. Let's say I come in here. You can see that there's that volume into 25 area from yesterday. 36. 50. But really, it's going to be that 55, that low. I think they're going to visit that low volume node. That's where all of the options guys flipped out and had to bail. And now that they're out, it's going to come back. That's what I think. That's
Top
the
Tick Tom
thesis.
says looking for a buy now.
That's the thesis.
Top Tick Tom says just saying.
Okay. Well, don't you feel it? Well, I'm not gonna say it. I was gonna say, don't you feel a little late, but probably not. Not
Salim
for you.
L. Wuthering says what the average range on S, please.
12 ticks. I guess depends on which time frame you're talking about.
Top Tick Tom says Top Tick Tom.
Yeah. I like the way she reads your name out. I love it. Okay, new home sales 1.011 versus an expected 0.895, and new home
Salim
sales
L.
month over
Wuthering
month
says 1 minute.
4.8% versus an estimated negative 0.1%. Very, very good numbers. They're going to break a
Top
high
Tick Tom
here.
says just saying. Top Tick Tom says I like to voice chatbots.
It's great, right? Well, it's great that we have a small channel so that we can do that. If we were to ever become like massively famous or something, I'm not saying that I think that will ever happen, but if it did, I think that we would have to maybe limit it to subscribers only or something. But for now, we can read them all out. It's great, fun, and you guys really know how to take advantage of it. Woo! Look at that! Look at that! Is a panic buy. That is some real panic buy.
Top Tick Tom says muhahaha.
Woo! I don't know what to tell you. This, when I was sitting there drawing on the charts and everything and sounding like really confident, I'm kind of sitting here thinking to myself, well, it seems really obvious to me that this is what's going to happen. But I know that the number of situations where I can really call it that confidently are really low. So is this really one of those situations? I guess it is, because the way that they stopped out into those highs and everything, look at the liquidity at 32.39, and it just blew right through that. They thought they were going to hold it. It's funny. Good job that you got in, Tom. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for me too, but I'm just jacking around with the sim account here. I don't have $1 million, sorry. Hey, I did pretty good for trading $1 million, didn't I? No, I need to make a little bit more. I need to make like 2,000, and then we could say, hey, you did pretty good for trading $1,000. Now they might come back, and I could take it again. So we'll see. If they pop back to where do they have to come to? Oh man, they'd have to come back really far. I don't know if they're going to do that. I was going to say 16 to 20. I don't know, guys. I don't know. By the way, Ace took along there and he worked. Hey, both of my robots are making money today. So, well, since I made the change, at least. Since I made the change. I'm pretty happy about it. What a squeeze.
Why Trader says miss that moved earlier.
You missed it. So this is how they fuck with you. Like, I shouldn't say fuck with you. This is how they mess with you. This is why it's so devious. You're gonna see it. Right there, right? Okay, cool. We see it. They buy on the open. Ah, let's get long. Oops, new low. And then they go. That's how they mess with you. It's like they know there's this spot. They know that they do this, but they
133
too many people
USD
get on.
says I am long again from the top.
Too many people get on that, and the big guy can't make money from it. So he has to stop you out first. You see what bullshit it is sometimes? I mean, the only reason I was on that was because I took like a huge excursion on it. I knew what was going and I just I set my limit. Right? It's like literally designed
Salim
to
Wuthering
screw you
says
over.
it's just volatility.
Yeah,
133 USD says rope a dope man. Why
Yeah.
Trader says damn.
It's literally engineered for if you're a small trader to screw you over.
133 USD says pie in the face.
And you have to be able to know, like, you could get in on this one and then you could just run, but it's going to fake you out a bunch of times first. And how do you know which one is going to be golden? It's hard to say. There's certainly some points where it just kind of gets, becomes a beast of its own. Like right now. Then it turns into its own thing. And
Salim L. Wuthering says if it was meant to go up straight from the open, it would have.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it could have.
133 USD
that's my
says
point.
I don't use stops LMAO.
There you go. That's my point, is that it could have, but I think that too many people jumped on that move on the open.
Why Trader says, but how did you spot the move at first? What are the signals you caught?
Oh, okay. Let me back up here because I think I was kind of making an assumption. I apologize. So do you see, it's really faint, but do you see this dotted blue line right here? Here, let me highlight it. It's this line right here. Okay. So the signal, well, not the signal, but the condition. The condition is drop below that, right? See this drop below that? You get a big candle.
Why Trader says yes.
Those are stops.
133 USD says, what is that line?
That line is a theoretical average break even point for buyers on the day. It without giving away the whole algorithm in here.
Winston's mom says, clip, let me highlight it, in response to why trader, but how did you spot the move at first? What are the signals you caught?
Okay, let me start over. This line, this blue line, is what I'm doing is I'm looking at every order and I'm processing a model on it where I predict what their behavior is going to be based on a couple of assumptions that are really, really broad assumptions, but as it turns out are actually pretty effective at determining what's really going on underneath. So at this line, essentially, there is no market maker that has been buying that is made money. That is, everybody has been stopped out. It is extremely difficult to stay below that line. The only way that they can stay below that line is if new participants enter the market. So if we're hitting that line and I'm not actually seeing fundamental news flow, I can reverse that. Okay? That's the trade. I don't think new people are coming into the market. I can reverse that because they've stopped everybody out. They're way too short. They're going to have to buy. And that's how I know. And the thing is, the market maker knows too. He has this. He doesn't have this indicator. It's on his DOM, right? What I'm looking at here is just like you're looking here on this thing, right? I have my like my average position is from here, and here's where I lose money, right? So this is like that orange line, and this is like that dotted blue line, right? He has it on the thing. So I'm just predicting where the market maker is going to make decisions because his profit and loss are affected by it. That is essentially what I'm doing. Okay. How do you get that indicator? I'm working on making it available to you guys. I think it's going to be another week or two, but we're getting close. And I'm going to make it a benefit of being subscribed to the channel. So you can hit the join button. Right now I have a $1 and a $5 tier. I'm thinking about making it a $10 or a $20 tier, but we kind of got to see. I part of it is I kind of have to judge the interest because we have some specific. We're trying to do something specific with it. We want Rhythmic API, so that's how we're going to do it.
Salim L. Wuthering says, how do you know it was going to stop there? It could have easily continued and stopped down.
Well, so when it goes below that line, I don't necessarily know how much lower it's going to go. I just know that unless new market participants enter the market, they're going to pop back up above that line. Almost guaranteed. Oh.
133 USD says, I don't have Ninja, so you suck, Seth. Kidding.
What do you use? If you say like MT4, then screw you. You're on your own. But I may be persuaded to make it for other platforms. I may. We'll see. What do you call that? I call it the inventory cost basis. $133 says Thinkorswim and Tradeovate. I could look at doing it in Tradeovate. I'm kind of not interested in doing it in Thinkorswim.
Says you can't pop back unless they buy it. Could have easily stayed and went down slowly.
No, they can't because there's who is going to do it. So this is a question: who's going to sell it? At that point, once it's below that line, who's left to sell it? who? Now, that's why I say if new market participants came in, then they could sell it. But why would new market participants come in there? Is a touch of 3,200 all of a sudden like a huge group of people want to sell it there? I mean, it's possible. But I just know, given the situation, I don't think so. Like, why would you be selling now if you didn't
Salim L.
panic
Weathering
yesterday?
says just other people not buying it. Ace
No.
Trades says Treasury Sec speaking to Congress.
Yeah, there's more chat, more talking today. By the way, Ace, I redid your robot, and he's made money today, a little bit. I did.
Salim L. Weathering says everything is possible.
Hmm.
133 USD says my trigger to buy that dip was the 1 minute engulfing candle, purely speculative, didn't want to sell the lows.
Gotcha. Oh, why did that short? And Ace.
Ace Trades says I'm not here, just popped in, but good to hear the Ace robot is working today.
He's going better. Oh, one went long and one went short, and they both got stopped out. That's funny. But they're both, overall, it's profitable. Not a lot, but overall, it's profitable. Just other people not buying it. Well, but that's the whole thing is at that point, like, literally nobody has bought it. You have a bunch of people short.
Salim L. Weathering says
And that's
whatever the
it.
market does is possible. You can't rationalize it with words.
Well, I can. Because it, like quite literally, the only way for it to move lower is for new participants to enter the market short. It would need new or higher time frame people. But all of the people that had participated up into that point in the overnight session, they were all short. That's the theory behind it. Of course, remember it's a model, right? It's making a couple of assumptions that seem to be pretty good about predicting the market, but there can be situations where it could be wrong, right? Depending on, especially in a trending market, when you're getting new people coming into the market and you're getting people stopped out, right? But here in this situation, we just know that's why we got to be careful about when we use it. In that situation, the market actually got pretty quiet after that initial move down, right? So, and we weren't getting anything on the squawk at the time. We weren't seeing anything that made me think that somebody knows something. So it was a pretty easy bet that they were going to spike back up. Now the question becomes, how high do we go? And I still think that volatility area up at 32.55 is a really likely target. McConnell pushes back on Trump. There will be an orderly transition. I don't think that's what McConnell was trying to say, but of course they present it that way. That was the Hill. The Hill is pretty balanced, I think. Governor Bailey, we have reached no view on whether we should use negative rates. We have got to get answers. We need answers! I understand, Mr. Bailey. Woo! Woo! I can't tell if that's my DOM just breaking or if like they're having trouble bidding it up. Like it's going so fast that they're not able to bid all the prices. Well, it's creating a liquidity vacuum that's sucking them back down, but I'm buying the next pullback if
133
it ever
USD
happens.
says I am buying next pullback if it ever happens lol.
I have to say, if they don't get back to 32.55, that will be really interesting. Or like, let's say that they come back down. Well, I am getting a spike here too, by the way. Where did that spike happen? Oh, that's interesting. Not sure what to make of that. Somebody must have taken some profits there after that initial push to the highs. And then it went higher, and they really look like they're just chasing it. Like it's really quite crazy when it goes, isn't it?
Salim L. Wuthering says when you are saying it bottom there, you are imposing a model on it. That's one level of abstraction away that is not backed up by any empirical facts.
What would be an empirical fact that would or would not back something like that up? Like we could go in and we could look at every person's actual position. I mean, we couldn't, but let's say that we could go in and we could look at everybody's individual positions and where they're long and short from and average out where their positions
133 USD says short-term trading has few facts. Watch the tap, feel it out with your gut, keep a tight stop if trading big.
And those that would according to the model, or at least the theory.
Salim L. Wuthering says news, volume, etc.
You're just mad because your setup didn't see the same trade. When it was down at the lows, you were following the level 2 and you were selling it. But this is where you get the level 2 is a little there's an issue with it. It lies to you. Hey, Ace made another good trade. Good job. We all get mad when we get stopped.
Says we all get mad when we get stopped lol.
This is the problem with the level 2. They can lie. And in the E-mini, I haven't been able to make sense of it yet. Let's come and look at our little histogram and see if now by inspection we can discover
Salim L.
anything.
Wuthering says, are you speaking to me? 133 USD says my thing personally is to not take it personal when I am stopped and stay small enough to reverse.
Oh, there you go. So these little gray tails indicate to me when large orders are being put on.
Salim L. Wuthering says I haven't traded.
So it appears that the indicator does work as expected in that you're getting these orders being put
Salim
on.
L. Wuthering says I can show you my track record.
You have a track record of like a month, dude. It doesn't matter to the issue at hand. I'm just explaining why I took the trade. Maybe that's not the reality. Maybe it is. Who knows? But I'm just explaining how it does it. I didn't just pull it out of my butt. It's a really complicated computation based on literally every order that's been placed and a couple of rules. It's like a simulation. I'm like simulating the trader's decisions to kind of estimate where their average positions are. I've been having a lot of success with it. Of course, it's not the end-all be-all of everything, as we found out a few days ago. Okay, anyways, so this is what I'm talking about. So the white line is like the minimum level 2, and the gray line is the maximum level 2. And so what happened? They added a bunch of orders down in here, and then eventually all of that got taken off.
133 USD says good enough I say Seth.
Yeah.
Some people use moon cycles to buy and sell lol. Salim
I'm
L. Wuthering
wondering.
says I can show you that I haven't traded today. Need to bring my girlfriend
Oh,
juice.
okay. So that's one.
Salim L.
I don't
Wuthering
know if
says alright bye
that's.
boss.
I don't know if that's enough to really. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna watch that one and see if we can build the signal off of that. When it really comes excessive and then it comes back to it. If we can reverse it. Once that starts happening, and maybe it'll buy it right here. That would be nice. Seems is a little bit more sophisticated. All right, here they're coming back.
$133 says my indicator to stop trading is when my toddler is going crazy here. Pretty technical.
It's pretty technical. I should be quitting when I'm down $100. I don't know what's wrong with me, man. I don't stop. What's fucking wrong with me? Like, just do it. I've had so many times where I've traded through it and I've gotten away with it. That's the real issue. But I need to sit down and say, yeah, but you know what? I can do it the next day too, and I'm probably being more successful with that. Because when it's a day like that and I'm doing badly, it's just. So I think what I'm going to do next time is I'm going to save up a little bit more so I can trade 2 contracts, and I'm going to switch brokers and have them and put a hard limit on me there. That's the way we're going to do it. And then if I hit that limit, I'm not going to trade for a few days.
Salim L. Wuthering says just wanted to put your words to the test. I overheard you and Uzi mocking my calls, so I have to give both of you bit of sting.
Okay. Well, when you say it's not backed up by any empirical fact, like I'm using market data and then I'm generating an estimate from it. So I'm calling it an order flow simulation.
Salim L. Wuthering says HHHHH.
I truly believe, I could be wrong, but I believe this is like the next stage of order flow. Is order flow simulation. You go in with different sets of rules and you say, okay, if traders are acting this way, then what would happen? And if traders are acting this way, what would happen? And you kind of get these best case and worst case scenarios. And based on that, you can actually kind of determine pretty well what's going to happen. Okay, so now I'm to my spot where I think I can add some. You do that. So there's some robot doing something there. Move this back over here. You don't need to see that.
Salim L. Wuthering says all right. You are the boss.
I'm really not, but that's okay. You can call me that if you want. It's a collaboration. It's a collaboration, guys. Don't follow other traders. Collaborate. Uh-oh, Jim Dalton's saying the wrong thing. Uh-oh. Day traders' biggest mistake. Day traders very often err by listening to fundamentals versus focusing on short-term inventory. Early inventory was exceptionally short from yesterday as well as from overnight trade. Markets take care of current business first. But I mean, the fundamentals were good too. I'm going to respond to that. Let's see what he's saying. But he's right. Jim Dalton's right in that the inventory matters.
SM0K3R says, which broker are you currently with and which one would you switch to if you do?
So I'm using AMP futures right now. And there's not really anything wrong with them, but I really like these guys over at EdgeClear, and I really want to move over to EdgeClear. Okay. I guess I'll buy the open here too. How much did that raise my biases? 14? Probably okay.
SM0K3R says, thanks.
No problem. Where were those other ones?
PRT1 says, I talked to EC regarding rates on S and MES.
Oh, it was right up and in here. Okay.
PRT1 says they will negotiate on rates and margins.
Yeah. I mean, if you're pushing flow and everything, I'm not so concerned about the commissions or any of that sort of stuff. But I do want to put together a $1,500 account. And I have it as there's certain capital that I'm willing to risk, and so I'm not willing to just put my regular paycheck into it. So you're just gonna save up for a few months, and we're gonna switch. I think is what's gonna happen. Well, the buyers really overextended. I think that longer run in the later in the day, they can make it up to the 55 area, but yeah. Wow. Chewy shorted at 46.
Block sell.
Does look like they overextended. Well, it's okay. I'm noticing I'm having a really hard time catching the right spots, though. I'm trying to average into things and not doing it in the right place. I really should have waited for 20. Oh, I think the baby fell over. But he's okay. Hmm. Ooh, do you see that? Okay. Some algorithms may be doing something there. Hmm. Okay. So before I took it up to 20, didn't I? The problem is they could cross the divide and come all the way back to 3203.75 potentially. I'm noticing though that the overall delta is not really falling here. It kind of looks like they let it come back to some extent. So I'm not sure I see a real reason to do something here. Maybe I should just do this.
SM0K3R says, could you see it dip to 3,150?
Whew. Well, if we went to 3,150, that would be another full-on route. I don't know. I think that would be a difficult one, to be honest with you. Right now, my working trade is that we're going to come back to yesterday's price volatility target number 2, which is at 32.55. If we were to come down to 3,200, I would think that, especially given how short the market was already and still appears to be, quite frankly, that you would really need a real catalyst to make that happen. You know what I mean? Like, we'd need like some piece of news that's really bad or something. Fed's Powell repeats it's likely additional fiscal support will be needed. Which they've been saying. Which they've said and they've been saying for a long time. Okay, I need to come back in here. So the thing that I have a problem with is
SM0K3R says, well, there's always Trump. Lol.
Oh, you know what? We need this like over here. Okay. So is all of these. $22 to $26. It really should have been more like here. Yeah. And then we could take maybe. Now, it could be wrong. They might push us back to 3204. That was kind of the next kind of line in the sand that I see. And I do see them jerking around here though, which kind of means that this is a spot where like it's probably is along with they're gonna mess around with you a ton before they let it happen. And United Airlines to be first U.S. airline with COVID-19 testing program for passengers. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me, right? Took them that long to think, oh, maybe we should test people before they fly. Trump tweets heading towards new all-time high. Wait, he said that? I didn't catch that tweet. Oh, he's been tweeting. Florida looking good. Sleepy Joe Biden just closed down his campaign for the day again and wants to rest. He is a very low energy individual, and our country cannot make it to these exciting but complex and competitive times with a low energy president. And yeah, that's about it. Florida looking good, he says. Yeah, Florida is looking good for him. Okay. So you can see he's being difficult again. Okay. Okay. It's looking okay now. I don't know if they can break out the top here, though, at 3220. I guess I don't really need that. Financial Juice tweets, Powell's already done enough. Pat yourself on the back, bud. Okay. Give me my open, please. Thank you. Cool. That should move our position. Yeah, that's what I wanted. So let's come and look at some VIX targets, shall we? Oh, wow. We've already touched the top one at 40, and the second one is at 70. Okay. Okay.
Brandon Robbins says, is that Sim on the MES?
Oh yeah. It's Sim. The volatility is so high, and I'm just so fed up with some of my other what is the word? Lack of self-control on Monday that I'm going to be trading sim for a while, even though I'm still doing really well. But so that's why I kind of thought, hey, let's play Market Maker here. Where's the next stop? Okay. So kind of looking at this area, like one of the things I like to look at is average true range stop, because that's kind of like what really messes the retail traders up. So that is sitting up at 32.27 right now. So that's one spot I think might be likely to be touched here in the near future. Okay. Ooh, look at that. Just blasted through that. Wow. I guess Powell is still speaking. So there's the 32.27, and then I got 28. So I'm thinking they're somewhere around here, maybe around 30. And I might look to reduce my size a little bit again. Yeah, it looks like they're not ready for it yet. No, we'll hold off because they're gonna wanna. I think there's gonna be a lot of fiddling around in this area. Let's put it that way. I don't really see anything too excessive on the level 2 either. So, look at that. So I want to show you something. Going back to the model thing earlier. So, if you look at my DOM, do you see there at 32.18.75 is my average position? Yeah. Now come over here. Where's the blue line? 32.18.75. That's no mistake. That's when you're doing the market making thing, that's where you end up getting it from. So at that point, you just kind of get to think about the market maker. Okay. It's below 32.18.75. Do I want to increase my risk now? Well, I did. I did in that case. I've been so bouncy lately. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but like or if it's like the whole screen probably shakes. Yeah, the camera is probably shaking. My leg is so bouncy, I can't help it. Oh, I didn't realize that they went right up to that spot, almost to the tick. I need to reset that. It's 2850. So I'm looking at it, and the stop out zone is still seems really close. Things are actually getting pretty tight. So, well, let's see what happens. They might try and push it again. Let's see. But they may need to come back a little bit again.
Uzi Knesset says Lord the 5 minutes candles on ZB are a mess lol. Light day for me only +4 so far.
On ZB. Oh man, you're right. Oh jeez. That is ugly. He is just scalping between the two cost bases. Like 3 tick. What a mess. That if I was trading the bonds right now, I would probably be getting destroyed. Unless I was doing this thing. Hmm. Okay.
Uzi Knesset says I
It's
only took one
good.
long from
It's
22 to
good.
26. The way the heat map and candles look, Maya, better not to screw around.
I think this is not correct. Meh, better not screw around. Yeah, I tell you what, treasuries just haven't been a great trade lately, have they, man? It makes me so sad because I love, I don't know. Maybe it just made me feel more intelligent than other traders that I traded treasuries or something, but I miss them. But it's just an awful trade for me right now. Well, I tell you what, this isn't the first time I've done this, but like I kind of tried messing around with it a little bit after the stream yesterday, and now I'm trying to do it here today when I think I have a little bit more higher probability of a setup, and it's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. I mean, obviously, 45. That's like 200.
Uzi Knesset says pretty good as always good lol.
Let's see here. 45 times 1.25. No, that's not right. Oh, times 4. Times 4. $225 per contract. And we were using at max 20, so let's say times 20. So Maximum, it would be 4,500. But so what would be the best way to say how well did we do? Max quantity is 20. Let's do it divided by the number of ticks. So 45 times 4 is 180 ticks. 180 ticks. We made
Uzi
let's
Knesset
do
says you and your fancy
1730.
robots. I'm cavemanning it over here trading Vista levels with clicks haha.
1730 divided by 20 means I made $86 per contract. Divided by 130 is 0.66. So if I got 1, would that be like an effective Sharpe ratio that I just calculated there? So did I just got a Sharpe ratio of 0.66? I don't know if that's correct or not. Well, how did the robots, the Ace robot did good. It made $26. Well, $265. I'm doing it on the E-mini. Today, I'm going to stop it when I'm done trading because yesterday after trading and everything, they started doing dumb shit. But should we look at this the more in details stats? Shall we? Oh, it took 9 trades. Okay. Well, I have an equal risk reward going on here, so getting 66 is a little bit below what we want actually. And you can see, well, actually it says the Sharpe ratio is really good, so I don't know. I think that Sharpe ratio is being calculated off of a risk-free rate of return that's not very realistic. I wonder, can I change that in here? I guess not. There's a way to change it in the strategy itself, but so that's actually not as good as I want it to be. I want it to be above 70. Now, I really think I can make it a little bit better because it's waiting till the end of the bar and it's not putting a stop order in there. I think that if I put a stop order in there and then the limit order and all that and handle the orders manually, that will improve it a little bit. I just didn't do that because I was worried about how it would backtest. Like I wanted to backtest it this way first, and that worked. And when I look at like how do I say the results and when it took the trades today, it seems to be working correctly. So I think we can move on to the next step. That one. Now, oh, and he actually just took another short. That's funny. While we were talking. Good deal. Okay, market depth bot. How many trades did he take? He only took 3 trades? Oh, but I had to reset it and stuff. Well, we could do some work on this one. I think could use some better filters. So I think that especially like trading it based off of which side of the VWAP we're on and everything might make a big difference for this one. So, or maybe even we could use the cost basis and we could say only do this reversal thing if it's below the stop out zone. Okay. Whoa. I'm a little concerned here, actually. How is it getting 2,000 for me? I don't get that. It says that my close is... Oh, because it's probably including the robots, huh? Yeah. Okay. Well, the robots did good today. I don't know if they'll do good every day. I still see a couple of things about their metrics that they're not quite all up to par. I think this is pretty good that it took 2 longs and they worked out. So, and how long are we in the trade? Average time in market, not even a minute. That's good, because I don't want to be sitting there waiting on them. Okay, well, the idea here is I think I want to cover, don't want to cover until like again close to my close. All right, I need to use the bathroom here though, so I'm going to take a break really quick, all right? I'll be right back. Okay, so they're still pushing. They're still pushing. Maybe let's do that. We can see all those. Okay. I like that out. Well, I had 3 losers. Not really 3. I was kind of doing a break even, so. Oh, I just fell back there pretty hard. Well, I'm thinking. Okay. Thank you, sir. Just because I'm not sure that we've got enough fuel to go higher here. Really not. They did push back up, but like it's just too tight. So the chances are probably that they might have to pull back 32.19 again. And if we're gonna, well, I mean, if it happens right away, maybe we could add there again. But now, where does that put our break even at? Does it put below the days? Yes, it does.
Ace Trades says W short 3,227.75.
Oh, really? Hmm. I think that one doesn't count on Robot Ace because the shorter moving average wasn't really pointing down yet. So I did some back testing yesterday, Ace, and I tried to incorporate a more numerical measure of how far apart the divergence is and coming back, and I used my measurement, and it came I curve fit it, so at 2.2 was the best over a 5-year period. Well, sorry, not a 5-year, 4-year period, going back to 2016. And that one came back with a profit factor of 1.5 after commissions. So when we incorporated that, it made a big difference. And it's still not taking them actually at the line. It's taking them at the close of the bars. So I am discovering some of where it works and doesn't. But I didn't take that one. And it actually made money. Robot Ace made money today. Robot Ace made $300. That's better than the Market Death Robot. The Market Death Robot didn't really do a whole lot today, unfortunately. Isn't that cool?
Ace Trades says 2.
There you go. Good job. Yeah, that's what I thought. So I'm thinking, if it comes up, I will get out there. But let's see. Oh, maybe I want to do it right there. Oh, is it gonna do it?
Ace Trades says go Robot Ace Trades.
Yeah, this is pretty great, right? The thing is I didn't expect either of these to really do super well, because I based on the back testing that I'd done before. Now, granted, I've made it better, but based on the stuff that I did before, it was really the runners that was doing it for you. And I don't get how you figure out whether, because sometimes you will just take the 2, and sometimes you let it run, and that seems to be a really significant part of your edge. So should I bail here? I'm going to
Ace
bail
Trades says there is 5.
I was hoping they were going to come back and test the moving average, but I wasn't able to. I got a lot of it out. It's okay. I don't know. I made okay money, but considering how much I put into it and everything, Phil's 70. So $70 of that. Oh, you're killing me. This one right here with the fills, that's almost like, no, it's not the whole thing. It's like half of that one. See, at 1875, I could think about going long again, right? I could do that. But no. Oh, Igor went short. Damn it, Igor. This is playing my levels almost perfectly It's making me a little nervous. Ooh, and you just saw the turn there. That's interesting. You're very curious. Okay, somebody. So I just see something. Where is it? Where is it? Where is that coming from? Well, having this on didn't help at all. I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna get rid of the snapshot columns because that apparently isn't helpful. I'm not sure what else we can do here to use this space more effectively. We should give Prison Micah the ability to post pictures. Well, I'm going to let the robots run until the end. I'm disappointed that it didn't take the one that Ace actually showed us.
Ace Trades says you want to use the space more effectively? Get your ugly mug out of there. Bro, I'm teasing.
Oh, dude, you killed me. Oh my gosh. Oh my. I might as well just end the stream right here on that one. I can't recover from that. Oh man. I just got murdered on the internet. Live on the internet.
Ace Trades says so glad you laughed at that. I was worried.
Well, the thing that's so funny about it is that, like, I intentionally make it take up a lot of the screen. Because
Ace
I
Trades says,
feel
and
like...
let's face it, you never take my trades. Lol.
No, well, I do. I did. I was. There was a time where I was, and then there was a time when I wasn't. Now I'm auto-trading it. I don't know. So let me show you something, Ace.
Ace Trades says my overlords are wanting me to do a camera as well. I'm fighting it.
Well, see here, I like the big thing because I feel personally like I could do awesome or I could do poorly. I feel that a lot of what you guys get out of the stream is the connection with me.
Winston's mom says traders gonna trade mugs are handsome mugs and speculators it's mug is handsome also and good morning, Ace Trades. Which
is kind of like, you know, who really cares? I'm an asshole sometimes. Who really cares to talk to me? But it is a significant factor. Okay, so I have Ace 2 here. And I have a little threshold. So I haven't set it up to put like a stop order in yet, because you know the price that you want to execute at. It waits till the end of the bar. So keep that in mind, right? And it only takes 8 ticks. It's using an equal risk reward right now, I believe. Okay. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to back test it on going all the way back. 16. Okay. I don't know. When did you start trading, Ace? I get it. I just don't want to worry about wearing a different shirt. What does my hair look like? So, yeah. You gotta be, I use a certain face lotion so that my head's not as shiny. Today, start trading. Okay. So we run this. It'll take a little bit because it's got to download the data. Okay. No, wait, that was not. Back test 2016. Include commission. Oh, something changed. That was not what it gave me yesterday. Yesterday it was positive. Now it's telling me 0.79. Oh, it's way different. What the hell? That's weird. It really irks me when I do a back test and then I come back and I do it again and it gives me a different result. What did I do wrong? I have a setting wrong here. 0.6. And it was giving me like almost 50% profitable too. The winners and the losers, it's right. 2 points. Why? Didn't change anything. Wait, let's just come back in here and check. It worked today. Well, let's just come back and do it just for this year. Seth, could be different market conditions affecting your backtest results. No, like I ran a backtest yesterday on everything back to 2016 and it came back with 1.5. And now I do it again today and it's different. It's like the data has changed. So I'm not sure what the difference was. But include commission should be at that point too. And that didn't really make a big difference. Are you including today? Oh, it can't be today. It wasn't that. So like when I did it on, let me just come back in here, start date. And I've set it to be 2016, January 2016. Oh, I know why. Okay. This is why. It was a different session template. If you trade it through the whole extended session, then it didn't work. Okay. That's right. Yes, that's correct. Okay. I'm like, I know I'm doing something wrong. It was the time frame. Timing seems to be a critical part of what Ace is doing. Okay. So do you see this? It actually says that it was doing really bad up until 2019. And then all of a sudden it started doing well. Isn't that weird? Isn't that interesting? That's what I wanted to show you, Ace. That with my current backtest, it didn't do very well until 2019. Now, if we curve fit it, let's curve fit it. Well, I guess I wouldn't really consider this curve fitting, but if we just kind of only show us what we want to see. Can I show that to the IRS? Right? How long have you been trading it for? There you go. So when you do it over just 2019, then you're making bank. Well, not bank, but $3,000 isn't bad. If the story of your life includes timing, please hit the like button. If it does not, then perhaps we should listen to you. I don't know. Well, longer than 2019 then. Definitely would have to be longer than 2019 because you came in here. Anyways, I've got to make another change to it. So come back tomorrow and we'll see how it goes tomorrow. Today, it worked out pretty good. Here, I'll show you its performance today. So today, it took 11 trades. It actually took quite a few short trades. So it took a bunch of long trades, and some of them were good and some of them weren't. Would we like to come in and do the analysis? Oh, can I not see the chart? I guess it won't show me the chart when I look at it this way. See me chase that spammer off your video. You're right. No, live action. Every video, that same bot will come and comment. Like literally every day. And I delete it. And you caught like the one day where you beat me to it. But I just right click and report it. The IRS sent me a letter last week saying I overpaid by some $240. Oh, that's awesome. I would frame that one. Heck yeah. There was this Reddit post where somebody said that I was right about the market. I need to go back and get that one framed. Oh, man. Anyways, I think I can do better because when we come, let's see here. So I think if I come into the analysis trades, that's right. Okay. And net profit. Okay. So there's my losers. And let's do it by ticks. Okay. So I lost 8 ticks on these ones. So on this one, it actually gave me 8, right? That one should have been a winner. If I had taken it immediately with the market order, I think that one would have been a winner. These ones, the 3s, it kind of depends. Those might be late. But I want this percent profitable overall to be over 70. If I'm going to use equal risk reward, I want it to be over 70. So not bad. And I'm going to stop it now because it seems to me that it just doesn't work after London closes. So I'll take one. Well, did it not take one over that last little bit? Oh, it did. So there was one. There's a perfect example of where, okay, that one is another bug. That one, it shouldn't have been going long. Right? Because the divergence was this way. and it doesn't have a long and a short trigger. So I should switch that so that there's a long and a short trigger. My accountant has the very first IRS form ever sent out, and it's 1 page. You heard this crap about how they're trying to simplify the tax code, and like TurboTax and stuff are stopping it. Like they've been lobbying against it because they don't want taxes to become too simple for regular people. Such bullshit, right? Now, interestingly enough, on this one, it was a short. I think you'd get 2 points on it, but it flipped. It's interesting. My IRS form, how much did you make last year? Now send that in. Let's just get rid of payroll taxes. Good grief. Maybe you're right. Maybe it should just be, well, no, I don't think that would ever work. Jeez. Like, it would be nice if you could just come in and say, okay, this was my net, what I made last year, and then that's the end of it. But the government wants to use taxes to coerce certain behavior. That's just the way it is. Monmouth poll in Iowa, Trump 49, Biden 46. That's a little closer than it should be. Zero Hedge tweets the buying of Tesla 500 calls expiring tomorrow has resumed. That's bull crap. Let's check the stocks here before we go. Did you get a short at 32.24? No, so that one should have been a short at 33.24, correct. This one right here was a short that you probably didn't take. When were we when we were a little bit higher? Oh, I don't think we did that. 36. How far back do we have to go to get to 36? Okay, here it is. Yes. It took it at 38.40. See, I'm coming, like, here's the thing that's crazy about it. Is that it's ending up being like 2 points late. I would have taken the long and 30. Yeah. That last one was wrong. But again, like, the thing is that what's happening is it says at the end of the bar, if these conditions fit, then we take it. So you see right here, this is when it turns. So if I instead come back and I say, if these conditions are met, this is going down and all of these other things, this is lower than this. And then I can put the order in here. Theoretically speaking, it should hit into the stop and just go, right? So we shall see. We'll do that one today, and then I'll backtest it and see if it does any better. Okay, anyways, stocks. I'm kind of watching Sumo Logic. That's an IPO that just came out that I'm interested in. Okay, so yesterday Tesla, this morning 360, and now it's getting pumped up and people are buying 500 calls again? You gotta be kidding me, right? Whoever's doing that is probably gonna get screwed. VIX is still a little bit higher, hasn't come down. That's interesting. That's interesting. What about Goldman? How's Goldman doing today? Hey, 3% today. That's not bad. So that puts us at 193. Hey. Well, anything even close to 200 is good over there for them. Their banks have been struggling. Okay. Well, I had fun. That was a fun little experiment. I don't know if there's much. I did it right. I guess we could try and work at it and get better at it, but I think that. Oh, it just took it. Just which one took a long there actually. See, that one shouldn't be a long. It's screwing up. That's the bug. Tesla's been very, very good. Yeah, I like honestly, like even at Tesla above 300 is like insane, right? That's still higher than we were like a month ago. You were gonna call long at 32.31ish off of the bounce? Well, it took it, but I think it should be a short, right? I don't know. I don't know if it should really be taking that one in particular, but yep, it stopped out. Okay, so it's time to turn these off. Oh, when I did that, the profits and everything go away, so I can't really see. Well, it made money, and that's good enough. All right. What are we going to call today's video? What key feature do I need in a new trading laptop? So if you're looking for a laptop, of course, I always recommend a desktop over a laptop. But if you really need to have a laptop, I would look at laptops that specifically mention media playing capabilities, because it's that what we call DPC latency that will really screw you up. So you want something that is optimized towards being able to play media. So what happens to some people is they say, well, I need a very nice laptop. I'll go and I'll buy a netbook sort of a thing. And you're using the netbook. And the thing is netbooks are not very good at playing media. Like if you watch a YouTube on them, they're often, it'll chop and stuff. So that's kind of what I would look at. It's like, if you watch a video on it, how good is it? And yeah. Like I said, long at 32, 31-ish. Yeah, so that one does not meet the qualifications, though. I see why you say long, but that's a different trade, right? I've thought about it because I've taken that one before too, but I don't know how to tell when it's going to bounce or not. This to me looks like it should be a short. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, you know what? Because it's still above the 5-minute. Oh, maybe I shouldn't change that. I don't know. So if there was an overextension over here, I want to go against that. So I think that what it should do is it should say that it's armed for a short, but then because this is higher, it's not going to take it. So this one, it's just not going to do it. You got 5 points? That one I got, sorry. Each point is 5, right? You got 30. It's got 6 points. And it lost some. Okay, so let's call today's stream pretending to be a market maker. Okay, guys, it's time for me to go. Fun stuff. I will see you tomorrow. And in the meantime, stay profitable, friends.